Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again, and I thought I'd come back now and show you how to do the bare bones of the album, but I'm also going to carry on as much as I can today, and then if we don't have time, because I've just plugged one of my batteries into charge and this one's full, so what we can do with this battery we'll do. But when I cut the chipboard for this, it left me with and I'm going to change the spine. I don't like that one I did. This is 6 1/4 by 9. It left me with 6 by 9, and what was the depth of this? This is 3 1/4, 3 1/2 wide. Well, I'm doing, my spine is going to be 3 by 6, and my pages are going to be 6 by 9. I love the fact that I added these corners on afterwards to give them some strength. Love that. So I'm going to open this and we're going to do it all together. The only thing I've cut so far, and I've used 3 pieces of 12 by 12, is I've cut my spine and I've added the tape because I'm only having single pages. If I decide to do a pocket, so I got a pocket coming off it, I'll add more tape. I'm not going to add it now like I have done in the past and mess it all up. So I haven't added it to both sides. I've added it to the sides so it looks like the spine will fall like that. So my pages will be like that. You get my drift. So I'm going to have 6 pages in this one instead of 5 like I had in this one. So I've prepped that. I've used these as they were off cuts to do the inner spine, and I'm just going to join them together. I don't see why I should waste those pieces of card, and I've taped them ready. These are going to be the inner, you know when you open the book, I always lay it with black cardstock. These 2 pieces are going to be where the spine sits, so we've got plenty of coverage, and these 2 pieces are going to cover the inside of the inner covers, and then we can decorate them afterwards. So these are for the front and the back, and they are cut at 5 3/4 by 8 3/4. And I got all this from 3 sheets of 12 by 12, like I'm saying. Now the outer covers, these are cut at 9 by 12, and I'm going to score the top and the short side, not the long side, sorry, at 1 1/2 inches, only as a measure for me to place in the chipboard. That way I've got a 1 1/2 inch gap either side. Great for me to fold, great for me to get the corners right. And I'm leaving them at 24, well it'll be about 23, because we're going to join those 2 together, and then we're going to, so we can get going. And then my chipboard, like I'm saying, 6 by 9 and 6 by 3. That's this spine, and it's just 3mm thick chipboard. It's really good. This is what you get when you buy the window sheets from Stampin' Up, or if you buy the page protectors, you get the really thick chipboard inside them, and it's perfect for these. And it's so strong, because you have a flexy side and a wobble side, so, but these are just absolutely mega strong, so there's no resistance there hardly. There's a little bit that way. This is why we cut it the right way, so we're no resistance there, but we have there. So let's get going. Let's get this the covers on at least. So like I'm saying, these are going to be the outer pages. Just going to add tape down one side. Let's score first. Oh, I nearly forgot. Right, and I'm just, like I said, I've used pencil. Where's my stylus gone? I've lost my stylus. Let me just see if it fell on the floor. Oh gosh, where's that? Oh, there it is. I found it. Yay! It was right behind me. So don't put no pressure. You don't have to force. And I'm just going to score, well, I'm just going to score 1 1/2 inches either side. So this is 9. So I'm doing it at 1 1/2 and 7 1/2. and it's only there as a guide, just so I can place my card and make sure it's nice and straight. That's the only reason I'm doing it. So if you want to go away, get your stuff ready, we'll do it together, all at the same time. Whoops. I may change some of the layouts inside, like I'm saying, don't worry about that. I may not, I may keep it all exactly the same, but we'll come across that bridge as we come to it, because I wasn't sure. I love every bit of this, every bit. I love these, and I'll tell you where to add magnets. You know, I love these bits. I know for a fact that on some of them I'm going to have to add the DSP. I love it. But these are just single pages. Not one of them I've got a pocket yet, so I might change that up on a couple of them. I love it all. I love every bit of it. But there's some pages you've got to add. Whoops. You've got to add your DSP first, and it's mainly for those with the pockets on, like these. You've got to add the DSP before we can add the pockets. The waterfall one, I added this afterwards, after I put my DSP down. So again, we'll be adding this one a little bit. I love this pocket. I love it, love it, love it. And I think these are a little bit too tight. So what I might do there is add a little tiny fraction to give it a bit of depth. And then they can go in and out there easily. And like the back page, it's got to be added because of the pocket here. So this page might change a little bit, but that's all. But I'm having so much fun with albums, just, oh, I love it. So now we've scored. You want to keep anything you've got any pencil drawings on, like myself, on the upside. That way, when you lay your cardboard on, it will disappear straight away. We're going to add pages on DSP on the front as well, but it's just my method to my madness. So I'm going to use a 1/2 inch strip of tape just down one side. And you should always burnish your tape. You don't want any air bubbles under there, because you don't want it coming apart in years to come. So always, always use your bone folder, or like I've just done with the block, just zap any air out of there. And that way you know your album's going to last a hell of a lot longer than what it would if you didn't do that. And if you're worried, you can use a little bit of glue as well. That way you've got a bit of wiggle space. But it doesn't really matter on this bit, because, again, this is just going to be all tucked away. Hasn't got to be super perfect. The other thing is I got a bar here, and I can't move my stuff. So just lay your other piece on the top. Making sure the score lines meet up. And and then again, burnish. You don't want any air in there whatsoever. Do it so you can see more or less your tape coming through. Don't worry if they don't meet perfectly at the top. These are all going to get folded inside. So there's your two pieces. Now we're going to place our chipboard. Just hope this is going to be long enough. Oh, I may even have to add a little bit more, you know, because we've got our spine to go in there yet. You only want an inch, maybe 1.5 either side. And you want to pull out. Oh, I don't know. I think we might just get away with that. Yeah, we might just get away with that. I thought. So I'm going to peel the backings off here. I'm going to keep that and try and keep it in the centre. That way we know we've got good distance either side. If it starts to come up, just push it down. And we can add a little bit of glue here if you want, for wiggle space, as long as you get them in between those lines. I don't think you're going to need it, but you're definitely going to want your bone folder. It's going to be your best friend. So try and, I'm going to go over a little bit on that side because we added 1/2 inch strip there, so line that up at the bottom, right along that line, and then just rub it like crazy, just to make sure it's nice and secure. Now we can place these, just having a nose. We've got some overhang. I'm just wondering if I add just another slither on the end, maybe another 2 inches, but no, I'm going to keep it like that, I think. As long as we've got enough to make the corners and come. We are going to cover these afterwards, so I think this might just cover it. So fingers crossed, because we've got a bit of, I mean, I can come, as long as I've got 1 inch that side, that'd be perfect. So if I place that one now, there, oh, we've already stuck that one, it's too late. Oh, what am I like? I tell you what, I have got in my scraps bag, I've had these, I think they're $4.99. You get 20 sheets of 12 by 12 from Craft Stash. That's not big enough. And they're 225 GSM. Really strong. But by put my teeth back in. By the time you add designer series paper and all the other elements, it makes those pages really strong. If you can get 300 GSM, even better. See, I was using these for pockets, so it's 6 inches now. It needs to be 9. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to open up a fresh packet because I've got to do that for my pages. Don't ever throw any of that black scrap away because it comes in handy for what's it called? Layering behind sentiments. Never throw my black. I'm going to pull 3 of these out. 1, 2, 3, because I'm having 6 pages and they'll be perfect. Oh, that reminds me. If they're going to be... Oh, I'm gutted. I think we might be able to get away with that. Yeah, I think we will. So let's carry on first here. We'll come to the pages as we do it. So removing all the strips. I mean, you could have sat and watched me put all this on, but it's bad enough watching me pull it off, let alone put it on as well. And like I say, the score lines, we're going to fold on them score lines anyway, but they're just a guide. So I've got a spare piece. Okay, I'm just going to fold this. It's very thin. And I'm going to fold it again. And I'm not pushing too hard because I just want that to tally up to there. So I'm pushing it along. I want to make sure I keep it on that score line there. Perfect. So I've got a nice little gap now in between the papers. Don't forget to rub all this down. I'm going to switch sides just so you can see the other end, and I'll show you about that little gap. Maybe I should have just used see what I mean? I've only got the near enough 1 inch, so not too bad. So let's get these papers off. I'd want a good inch, maybe inch and a half like I've done at the top, so maybe add another piece. I think I added 3 pieces on that one, can't remember. I think I did. I think I added a piece in the centre so the spine would look nice and neat. Right, get your paper ready, butt it up close. Walk this end and try and keep it as level as you can. Perfect, and I've got the gap I need now for the inside. Perfect, so I'm just going to grab my bone folder in there. I'm just going to give it a quick stand up. Nice 45-degree angle with a tiny little gap. Perfect, because at the end of the day we don't need this to fold flat because you'll just split your paper otherwise. And again, just give this a little burnish and give it a test. And a 45-degree angle there. Perfect. So I can see that wants to come up. So I'm just going to rub over and make sure all that tape is adhered down. Perfect. Just, you can see the join there. Only lightly though. And then you can stand that up and you can see that the paper is not going to crack. Perfect. Now I am terrible for corners, absolutely terrible, so I am basically just going to fold this up and I'm going to just pull it over so I can get my corners done, because I'm not going to chop off, I don't think. And again this side as well. Just bring that card over. You want to be making a crease at the end like this, so when we come I can pull that corner in and pull it onto itself. So again I'm going to do this side, just going to lift that up and I'm going to cause that to crease. It's going over, we could have done with a little bit more, but don't go beating yourself up about it. So I've got to crease that side now and that side, because I'm, like I say, I'm not the best at doing corners. So let's get the other end done the same. So there is a way where you don't have to hack that off if you're like me and you don't know how to do corners very well. So I'm just giving that a crease, because then if you watch, if you can see this, I can pull that up, press that down and incorporate that corner now. So as long as that crease line stays along there and that one along there, I'm just going to burnish them out. And I'm going to add, leaving my corner like that. We're going to be adding one of those corners later anyway, so that will tidy it up a little bit more as well. So I'm going to glue all of these where the crease line is. There we go, and now it wants to come out. Thank you. It's on a national go slow. So again, fold that over. Don't worry about any, I'm going to be gluing all this down anyway. So press that in. Press that in. And get rid of the air bubbles. So now when we fold this over, we've got nice neat corners. And even if there's a gap now like that, we're going to be putting paper over it, and not only that, it's all covered in black, so I'm quite happy with that. So, and now I'm going to do the same to this corner. Again, just get my bone folder in there, give that a crease, bone folder in there, give that a crease, and then it keeps my corners, so now I can glue them down as well. I've tried all the cutting off stuff, you know, when doing the pulling the, I can't do it, I can't do it to save my life. I always mess it up. And when I do chop the corners off, I end up seeing loads of cardboard there. So this is the safer option for me. If you're a beginner as well, it's probably a safer option for you too. So get that smushed in. Don't worry about any glue because we're going to be sticking it all down anyway. So I recommend, let's just press that down a bit more. There we go. Make sure that's all down. Perfect. And you can cut up these. I did that last time on another album and I think it worked out beautiful. So I'm going to do that again. I'm just going to trim up each side and glue them separate. Perfect. So again, make sure always add glue right up to your cardboard as well. Try not to get none down them sides. It's this bit. See, this is the only bit I can do everything else perfectly. So I'm just going to give that a little mitre. Remember my scissors. And then I'm going to get that over. As I don't want to cause any bulk when I come to fold this page up. I don't want any bulk in there. Just flip it over and do the other side. And then we can tackle these corners as well. So, cut up and give them a little mitre. Cut up and a little mitre. I'm loving this. I love making albums. That's all I've been thinking about for the past few days. Albums and my papers and oh, don't forget to get your glue in there. You could have tape here as well, or you could use both. I think this glue is strong enough and it's never steered me wrong. All my albums have stayed together. So, and again, just give that a good push. Get your bone folder in there. Whack all the air out. Give that a good burnish. It doesn't take long for this to go off. It is a very fast drying glue and it's wonderful. Don't worry if any little bits are coming through. Now let's tackle these corners. So this may be a bit odd, but it's going. Look. Perfect. Again, get your bone folder in there, cause them to stick out, and now we can glue those into place as well. Add a bit of glue around the sides. I think I did the corners like this when I did the 6x6 embossing folder holder, and it's still together, still going strong, and it's still fabulous. There we go. Don't worry about the bits of glue because it's gonna all get glued down in the end. Last corner, line that up, line that up, give it a nice burnish. And on the sides I'm going to add tape as well. just to make sure everything is down perfectly. Tape and glue. If you've got your confidence to chop off your corners and do it the other way, you're more than welcome to do so. Whatever is in your comfort zone to do. There we go. It's my very first bone fold, this is. I've had this now for 3.5 years. Look at the state of it. It's served me well. So I'm going to grab my tape and we're just going to do the end flaps first on this side. Just going to use my finger as well. It's just to give it some grippage whilst I get the glue sticking down. Again, don't forget to go along the side of your chipboard and then into the corners. And then we can fold that over because we've already burnished it once. Tack it down. Give that a good rubbing. Don't worry about the glue. It's good when you see glue because you know it's spreading all over the place. Nice and smooth. And again, I'm going to add tape along the sides. Get some at the top as well this time because it's wider. Don't forget to get the air out. Perfect. I've got a bit of this. I am absolutely roasting. My husband swears there's no heating on, and I've felt the radiator says there isn't any. But I am. You'd swear the heating was on in here. It's absolutely boiling. So glue all the way up to this side now. Just see, make sure it's nice and flat. That's it. Just add the glue. You don't have to add much on the tape. It's just, don't forget to go along the ends. And then this out. You can use your bone folder. You can see that now starting to stick. And then we can pull that right over. Nice glue is poking out, absolutely a good sign. Oops, and I'm going to turn over. I'm just going to mitre, because you can see there. Just want to get rid of that little bit. Best to be safe than sorry. Because you don't want it going into that seam. I'll do the other side in a moment. More tape. Oops, ripped a bit of the cover there. Don't worry about that. It's going fold over. Would help if I got my block. There it is. That's better. Give it a good burnish down. Whoops. Remove your paper and grab your glue. Now I'm at that stage. This really is a big elbow. Not height-wise, but length-wise. My desk isn't that long. It's a huge desk, but I can't film all the way over to that corner. Don't forget to glue down there by the edge. And again, I'm just going to lift this up this time, just to press. I'm going to fetch that over, and I'm going to push. Just while that glues down. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, I love it. Love it. A bit of glue, just wait for that to dry. And again, just look at that. Beautiful. Nice, nice, nice. And I've got some more of those clips for the corners. I'll do that later. Just going to get my black. Give that a good swoosh. Now it wants me to add it this side. Ugh, sticky. There we go. Give that a good burnish. And this is all in real time. I don't speed anything up. So if you choose to, or if you choose to pause until we've all got to the same bit together, then you're more than welcome to do that as well. Just get my glue. Get to put it down this side. There we go. Perfect. Right, I'm just going to stand this up. Whoops. Use my bone folder and then press that over. There we go, there's that glue. You want to see it poke out, then you know there's going to be no air bubbles. And it's all made contact underneath. Perfect. Oh, I'm loving it. I've mited that one. I didn't mite this one. Just give that a little notch out. Where's my black? Oh, there it is. Ugh. Oh, I've got an itch. I can't do it left-handed. Feels gammy-handed. So don't forget, all those air bubbles need to come out. Perfect. Nearly done, and then we've done the cover. Perfect. One more slide to do. Just going to stand that up. It helps that glue to get right in there. And there we go. There it. Did you see it poking out then? Oh, lovely. Give that a good burnish. Oops. I'm oozing now. Oozing everywhere. Perfect. One more side to go and then we're done. Woo! Can't wait. I'm knocking everything off everywhere. Oh, my cup of coffee. I nearly forgot that then. Oh. It's thirsty work, this album making. This is my block. Nearly done. Perfect. Just grab a bone folder, press it all down, take off the backing. Perfect. Now I'm just going to add my glue. Look how strong them corners are. Perfect. That's it. Just for a moment. I'm going to put the pin in just for a second. I'm just going to fold that over. Oh, I'm absolutely sweating pants. It must be the lights. There we go, there it's oozing out now. That's what we wanted to see. And even that side is oozing. So just get your bone folder out. Just give everything a good burnish. Just going to remove this excess glue, only because it's me and I'm fussy. Oh, girls and boys, I'm sweating pants. So there we go. I'm going to give this now, just pull it together. They only need to come this far together. It doesn't need to fold flat. So there we go. Absolutely perfect. It's strong. A little bit of paper hanging off there. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So we've got our inner covers, outer cover on, and these are now going, they are for there, but we're not putting them down just yet. Oh, I'm sweating pants. Oh, I got an itchy back. Now these two pieces, the ones we're going to join together, these are going to go on here now, layered. You need them to have a good distance over there. That way, when you come, you'll have to put fresh creases in. So, I'm going to remove that. I only need a little bit of thingy on here. That way, I can level that up. Push that on. Give that a burnish. And then we can pull these strips off as well. I don't know why I did tear and shape there. I'd like to say all this outer cover, these pages, this and the spine all from 3 sheets of 12 by 12. Whoops, last one. There we go. And on this, you just need to put that in the centre, making sure you've got level top and bottom. And then you're just going to burnish all this nice and flat. I'm just going to grab my rubber just in case we can see them later. I doubt it because my spine is going in there. But now, take your bone folder and in those creases, just work it gently and lift slowly. Up to your 45-degree angle again. Same with this side, and I'm just going to turn it round. Just going to lift this. You've got to have good distance either side, otherwise this paper tends to peel and come up, and you don't want that happening. Nice 45-degree angle. Fetch them up together again. Perfect. Nothing is peeling and coming up. We've added so much tape. That's all flat. That's into place. So is this. Now these are going to be attached on the inside of there. So there is your bare bones. Done. Nothing is ugly and out of place. So there's a godsend. Oh, I'm sweating pints. So I'm just going to use my glue for this because it's not going to be, nothing's going to be tugging on this or coming off. Perfect. Oh, I do apologise about sniffling. We'll keep that nice. You want about 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. And again, get your bone folder in there. Just give it a nice swoosh down. Perfect. And now turn over and we can do this side as well. Give it a good burnish. And then when you come to add your DSP on the inside, you've got that nice black border all the way around, and you haven't got sights like that in the corners. So this is why I'm covering the inside as well. Again, a little 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. Perfect. And give it a squash. Perfect. Just give them another little bend up, even though the paper isn't going over the side. Don't worry about that, just reinforce everything, and that is perfect now. Absolutely gorgeous. Perfection. So now we come to the spine. I've already added the tape to these. I'm putting these in this way, and they got to sit in the centre. And what I did, this is 3 by 5 3/4, and I scored 3/4 of an inch either side. This is 2.5 by 5 3/4, and again 2 3/4 either side. And this is 2 by 5 3/4, again 3/4 either side. So they all sit in a valley together. But you've got to make sure you keep your tape going that way and that way. So you're going to add your pages to this side. When you come to add your DSP, then this will cover this and you won't see anything that's going in. So we're just peeling off the middle sections for now. Oh, very sticky. Don't forget, tape that side, tape that side. Unless you want to do pockets, then you'd have tape both sides. So I've got this exactly at 3, so I'm just opening it flat just for a second. whilst I line it up. And I'm going to push, and you can burnish these both ways because they're going to be your page flaps. Again, I'm going to just remove the tape. Whoops. When it wants to come off, it's only because that's stuck under there. There we go. Just take that last bit of tape off the back. That's got it. Again, keep your tape all the same way and then just lay that flat. I know I'm not going to see it, but it's just peace of mind. Last one. Doesn't want to come up, this one. There we go. And again, keeping that just in the centre. And just give them a good burnish either way now. That way. And then that way as well. Let me just rub that out because that is the centre of my book now. Burnish each of these now. And there's your spining. There we go. Oh, there's sugary coffee now, Gil. Oh, I'm sweating pints as well. There we go. There is your gubbins, as they say. And there's these pages all going to be, they're all at the same height. So you've got plenty of grip, and you could always add glue as well when you peel this off. And then you could even miter these if you want to, but I think when you come to add your DSP over the top, it looks nice and neat. So I'm just going to set this to one side for a moment, and we're going to start working on our pages then. I'm going to show you how to make standard pockets for tuck spots. So simple. Oh, sorry girls, I shouldn't be sniffling that. So I'm grabbing my trimmer. Now I'm going to cut these down to 5 3/4. I'm going to get 2 pages out of each one. Don't throw the bits, so these little bits, yes, but don't throw the other bits. And these are going to be 8 3/4, and you're going to need 6. So keep these because they can do for photo mats, or we can make little tuck spots. So you want 1. I got a pain in my shoulder. Oh, 2. You see that? 8 3/4. We will use those. We will use these small pieces somewhere in this album. There's 4, 2 to go. So 6 pieces of black 12 by 12 cardstock at the moment. quarter, 5, and 6. There we go. Just pop them to one side for a minute. I'm going to open my drawer so I don't have to keep putting trimmer away, because we're going to be using that quite a bit. Oh, sorry. So if you want to now, we can start adding these pages. And now I have, if you've noticed, I've added the tape to the top and I've left a little gap. You don't want to be putting this all the way down to the bottom. You want that tiny little bit so you can manoeuvre your pages. Wait there now, we're going to put them in. No, we're not. I'm going to do something else. Oh, I am boiling. Right. I've got bits all over the floor. Don't worry about that now, Gaynor. Right, so I'm going to grab some more black cardstock. I'm going to take one. I'm going to grab 3 again, just to be on the safe side. Because I might turn some of these into pocket cards. So we leave an opening there. Trying to think now. Leave an opening there. Close these. Right, let's have a look. So this one I just added 2 pockets to the inside cover. We can deal with that page. This one, we want to add 2 flaps. I'm just looking. One. Yes, we can do these as we're going along. Perfect. So, you don't have to have them the same size. You can have them slightly smaller and even smaller still. Just going to grab my ruler, because these are the leftover pieces I had from other stock. So that one is 5 3/4, which would be the same as that. So if I take that down to 5 1/2, and this one down to 4 1/2, I'm going to have an inch difference between them. So this is my first page. Grab my cardstock again. I'm going to trim this down to 8 3/4. No, I'm not. I'm going to do the first one at 5, and did I say 5 1/2 and 4 1/2? Yeah, 5 1/2 and 4 1/2. Don't throw any of this away. And 8 3/4. Yes. I'm going to do this at 8 1/2. 8 1/2. So don't forget, keep these pieces. And we're going to score this at 1/2 inch. And this one, we're going to do 8 as well. Are we doing this one at 8? Yes. Do this at 8. Keeping these bits of cardstock, and we're going to score this at 1/2 inch. So give them a quick fold and burnish. I'm just putting my poker tool away. And we're going to add tape to these sides, and these are going to go on here and on here. So we're going to have like a flippy floppy, but these are okay, you don't need magnets on these. So I'm going to swap over. Am I going to use this 1/2 inch? It might be too wide. I don't know if I've got any. Let me just see if I've got any tear tape left. No, I don't have any tear tape, but I've got this red liner tape, so I know this is really strong. And I've got plenty of it. I can find the end, there it is. Uber strong tape. Just look at that, wow, very strong. So again, get all the air bubbles out of that. I'm going to take there. Wrong scissors, definitely. They just, ugh. Don't worry if it pokes over the end, we can tuck it back in. Don't pull it all off yet, because we're going to line this up on the edge of your paper. Make sure you've got that 1/4 inch border either side, and then where's that tape gone? Making sure you got it bang on, then you can remove your tape and give it a squish down. Again, it's clingy, wants to stay with me. We'll give that a good burnish. That's done, and you're going to hide that with DSP. Again, give it a good burnish. Just take some of it off. So when you add this, now this is going to have, you're going to make sure your borders are perfect here as well. Add that to the edge of your card. Once you've got it in place, you can pull off the rest. Just peel back anything that is sticking out. So we've got that first page like that. Perfect. Let's have a quick note. Oh, my little mat keeps coming out. So I've got flippy flappy that way and that way. We could add a pocket to there after we put a DSP in. See how I've had to patch that one up? Always put your DSP down before adding pockets. So that didn't have any magnets in it. It's good enough to close on its own. So now we need to add another flap this side. So let's just pop that there. So I'm going to flip this over now. And we're going to add another piece of card. I'm going to cut this down. We're going to cut these into strips of, I'm going to have about 4. I'm going to keep that to one side. I'm going to do 5 3/4. Keep these pieces. Don't throw them away, please. You will lose them. By 8 3/4 plus ½ inch, 9 1/4, and then score this at ½ inch. And got two pieces matching. What's that? Only 3 1/4. 3 1/4. No. Keep all your card bits together because we're going to use them at some point. My neck is... What's that? That's 4. Where's that piece? Oh yeah. Had this at 4. This is definitely 4. So 4 and 4 is 8. We want these at 6 1/4. Oh no, we're just going to do it at 6, that way I can get the 2. So I don't waste any paper. And we're going to score these at 1/2 inch as well. Let's pop that to one side. Burnish this. Now we're on that's page 1, this is page 2. And we're going to burnish these score lines. This piece now is going to get attached. It's exactly the same height. That's going to get attached to there. So this is going to be another open flap. I don't know if I can cope with this red tape anymore. No, I can't. So I'm just going to grab this tape. It's exactly the same width. It's 1/2 inch. I don't want to go over the score line there. You gotta make sure you don't go over. Burnish that. Again, peel some of the tape back. And line this right at the bottom. Once you know you've got it bang on, right there now. Come on, don't play hard to get now. There we go. And poke that on, rip off our tape and give that a good burnish. So now we've got page 1, page 2, and we're going to add these little flaps on here. And on here. Don't worry that you've got a little gap either side. You can even pull these slightly apart and have one at this side and one at this side. Oops. Perfect. And then these will lift up like our other ones did. So add some tape. I need some thinner tape. I'm going to use my Sukwang because that is too thick. Definitely. And this is so much easier. As long as you add it along the score line without going over, you'll be bob on. And I can do this with my finger. Perfect. Squish them down. I'm just going to turn this. Oh, I've took it all off, haven't I? So be careful now. I've just taken it all off. So add it right along that edge. And I think we may have to Add that right up close as well. So this time I'm just going to pull a bit off. Making sure you got it right along the edge. And burnish. So we've got that page now and they open up. Beautiful. And we're just going to grab some of our scrap card. Oh, I need more space. And we're just going to cut these at 1.5 inches each. Put that down here. And I'm going to score these at 1/2 inch as well. And these are going to be added at the bottom here. And we're going to add some magnets so we can keep these closed. And they're going to go right on there. We can decorate those as well. So let's get some tape on. Perfect. Just going to pull that down. Just want to keep it roughly in the centre. And add that flap. Same with this one. Burnish that down. That's on there beautifully. And then we can just grab some magnets. We will use a few, but it'll be worth it. So you need, come back. You need 2 for there and 2 for this side. And your glue dots are your best friend here. Just add that. And this is a good distance so I can get to either side. And what you're going to do, you're going to pop that one down, peel the backing off, make sure it's on, and then flick that over. Grab some of your tape, just to keep them securely down and they won't come apart and you won't lose them. There we go. So add the glue dot, remove, fold over, open up, add your tape. And we can decorate these little flaps later. You can add any papers you want now. You don't have to get the same as me. You can literally just go to town with any papers you want. It's my choice. So now we need to open this up. And we're going to add this. This is going to go now into our album. on this first page, we're going to peel back and we're going to stick it down there. So let me grab my pocket tool just to take the ends off. Pulled out the tape so far. And with this first page, we're just going to keep that flap up. You're going to pop that right along there and then press down and then remove the rest of your tape, and there she goes. So we've got our first page in. So our first page opens like this, and we're going to add DSP before we add pockets and stuff. So they'll stay like that. And then your page 2, we come over, you can open this, and you've got these little flaps here and more photo mats here. Perfect. So that is page 1 and 2. Page 3 on mine is, it's going to have a flap coming down and a flap going up. So have we got any of those long pieces? I think these might be a bit too small. Yeah, a little bit too small at the moment. Oh, my back. I'm just going to use the pages that I've got here. And I'm just going to score at 1/2 inch. And I'm going to shorten this one a little bit. Am I? No, it's the same. I'm going to keep that one the same. And I'm going to shorten this one. I'm going to take this down to 5. And then I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. And we're just going to fold and burnish, and we're going to add tape. That is going to go up the top there. That's going to be attached there to that one. And then this one is going to be attached here underneath on this side. Let's put some tape on. Oh, my battery's getting really low, so if it goes off, I'm sorry, we'll have to come back to part 2. So we've done up to page 3 already. Let's fingers crossed we can get these in first before we leave. I can't believe how long it's taken. But it's just because I do everything real time and I don't do anything speeded up, so everything's real time. So if you want to carry on making it, it's probably going to be in 2 or 3 parts. So watch out for part 2. Let's just keep going until the camera goes off. So but I do apologise if it goes off mid talking. I would hate that to happen. So let's get as much done as we can. Just always pull your tape out to one side and line it up so you make sure it's all into place first. Oops, oh, then she says ripping her tape. And then you can remove the rest. So this is going to be your upper flap. Just give that a burnish. And then this one is going on here, this side. Making sure it's nice and level. So we've got this. This is how this opens now. And we're going to add other things to that as well. Hi, sorry about that. My battery died and the other one was fully charged, thankfully, so we can crack on for a little bit more. Oh, so these are page 3. I'm going to flip this over now. I'm just going to have a look in the book to see what page. This is that one. See? So you don't have to have them. I added other little elements, look, little fishies. So that's page 3. This is page 4. We're going to leave that blank. We're going to add a pocket and yeah, we're going to add a pocket on this side. So now to this one. Perfect. I know what to do now there. So I'm just going to stand my book up. I'm just going to get the album back and we're going to add page 3 and 4 now to the inside of our book. So just pull back the tape. Just going to pull it this way so I can see. Squash that down. Just line that up right at the very bottom and on your tape. And then press that into place. And another page is in your book. There we go. And we're going to add pockets on that one. So we're going to leave that one blank for now. Oh, I'm sweating pints. So let me just go to my workings out. So page 2, page 3, page 4. Right. We need to grab some more DS 12 by 12 and I want I've got my page, there's my page, so I need this to be 5.5, so I want 2 of the, I want 4 actually altogether, so 1, 2, I think I might be better off using my A4 cardstock. I'm just looking. I want these to be 8 1/4. Again, don't throw these cards. We will be using them. 8 1/4. And just grab some black cardstock. Because these are cut at 8 1/4, so I'm not losing that bit off the end. So these are 8 1/4, so just cut it down to 5.5. And 5.5. And I'm going to score these at 4 and 8. Oh, that's wrong. I'm going to score, yeah, we'll have to now. We just have to have little, so I'm going to score this at 4 and 8. Four and 8. If you've got 8.5, use 8.5 if you're American. You'll have the 1/2 inch then instead of the 1/4. I got a shoulder pain. So I'm just going to fold that over. Yeah, it should be 5.5 by 8.5. But luckily for me, I've got this very thin tape. Don't press too hard like I just did. Oh gosh. And it just fits along that score line there. Perfect. So I'm going to add my tape and then burnish. These are going to be little Z-fold cards. That's why I was using 12 by 12. Don't worry, it will work. Right, let me just have a nose in my book. So, these open. Oh, we only need 2. So we might even have 4 on this one. Ooh. And I'm going to add belly bands as well. A belt. So. Alright, this is going on. I think I might have these too wide. Yes, I think I do. Why is that then? Let me just... Ah, I know where. I'm up to the wrong page, Gaynor. Page 1, page 2. The back of page 3. 6 1/4 by 4. That looks wrong. Oh, I'm losing myself here. They've got to go on there. I think these are for a different page, so I'm just going to pop them to one side. They're for my, you know, where the bit where it opens right out, and I've got all the, this one. Let me just show you this page. So it goes like that, like a concertina. That's what those 4 for. I'm up to the wrong bit for some reason. I don't know why. I just need those, and they were how tall? Da, 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 da. So if that is 5, I know what I've got to do on this. Don't worry, those, we'll put them to one side. They're not going to go to waste. I'm just going to grab 2 more pieces of card. No, 1 we're going to need. And I'm going to score this at 4 1/8. We're going to cut it at 4 1/8. So we've got 2. And these need to be 10 1/2, I think. Because I'm going to score that at 5. Score it at 5 and 10. 5 and 10, that's perfect. 10 1/2. I was losing myself then. I was forgetting what page I was on. So let's score it at 10 first. And then 5. And then these are going like that. So when we attach, if that actually goes up that way. These, I've got the flaps that come down, and then we keep those into place. There we go, like that. nickel thread fold. That's what we need, 2 of those. Oh, my shoulder is absolutely killing. So they're going to go on there, either side. Keep them in the middle. And then we're going to add belly bands as well. Perfect. We'll get there in the end. Gaynor's got all the pages, don't worry. What I'll do on the next video, I'll come back and we'll do the DSP. And we will add the pockets then. We'll add all those inner pockets. And that way we're doing it all the way, start to finish, by ourselves. So again, just peel a little back. Line this up on your card. Just leave it about 1/8 of an inch. Perfect. Where's my bone folder? Give that a burnish and just check. Oops. That is going to go, yeah, it's perfect. Just with a little gap either side. Oh, I pulled it all the way off again. Don't worry. So I'm going to put this one up close. Tuck in any bits you may have. And attach that. And we've got about 1/8 of an inch either side now. And these are going to go like this. Now for those long strips we had from before. We want to make a belly band. So we need to score at 1/2 inch. And we're going to cut these down to 7. Oh yes, please, Mr. Boyce, I would love a new fresh cup of coffee. So I'm going to 7.5. That way I've got my 1/2 inch strip. And the same with this one. I do 7.5. And then we'll score this at 1/2 inch. Perfect. And what we're going to do, we're going to fold those back. They're going to get inside there. Like that. And they're going to come across. It doesn't matter that one's smaller than the other. Because that's the quirkiness of this album, is use what you've got. Just make sure they line up. And you've got a little gap either side. Perfection. So let's get some tape added. We'll add one first and then we'll add the other one. Don't go over the score line, Gaynor. That'll be no good. Love this tape, it's so strong. Perfect. So let's have the wider one first. I want to keep these relatively towards the bottom. Just open this out. Nice and along the edge. Just give it a burnish. I'm going to place this one over the top, but don't forget you've got a little gap with this. If you can get the 2 pieces exactly the same, then you are a miracle worker. I want to make sure that is in the centre. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tack it just there for a second, and then I can walk this back to the edge of the paper. Perfect, yay! And there's that little funny flap. We're going to add magnets to here now, so you need 2 more magnets. God, these are so strong. Look at that. I can't push them together because they're the wrong way, but now I can. Oof. The force field then, did you see that? Super mega strong. Whoa, look at that. More glue dots. Again, attach one on one side. Just fold that over. And I always tear the tape off because I don't like long strips of tape just floating around the place. So you're going to decide now where you want them. That's that way. So I'm going to add them this end because I want the little one to have that magnet on. Get that in the centre. That's 2 inches. You don't have to measure it. Feel that back. There we go. And then we can just flop that over and press that down. Open it back up. Add some, let's get some fat tape. That way we know it's totally covered. Oh, Mr. Boyce is a mega star and he's catching me a fresh cup of coffee up. Oh, you're an angel, Mr. Boyce. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, let me take it off you, darling. Okay. Thank you, sweetness.
Okay. It's nice and warm up here.
It's boiling up here and you've got no heating on. So let's just pull back our book. That's got to go under there. So that's how, and I put one of them, what are they called now? Ephemera. That's it. I knew I'd get it right. Ephemera cards, not Euphoria. So on the back of this, we're just going to add another flap. We're going to add some photo mats to that. And then we're on to this last part, last 2 pages. And then hopefully I'll leave you be. Ephemera. I knew I'd get it right at the end. So flip this over. I'm going to use this piece. It's exactly the same. We're just going to go and score this now. At 1/2 inch. We're going to attach that. Oh, I knew I'd get there in the end, girls. So give that a fold and a burnish. You can add, if you want some fancy edges now on here, push this through. Oh, that's a good idea actually. I'm going to get myself a lovely little border. I've got a couple of them here. I've got this one and I've also got this one. So, what do you reckon? Let me just test this on a piece of paper. I don't want to start chopping away at it and I think, oh, I don't like it. Oh, I like it. So, add some fancy bits to it. I didn't click on until after, so that's the back. So let's get this in here. Sorry about the head. I want to make sure I've got as much in as possible. And then let's just follow this beautiful pattern all the way down. So you can just add, you could add this piece in a different colour cardstock if you want. And just cut a strip off and attach, but why not just do it while your card is here. Oh look, it's missed. Why is it missed? Oh, don't say that now. I'm not happy about that. Oh, don't worry, we can rectify it. It's so easy to do. We just trim it off and start again. Isn't that right? There was no right or wrong to having that piece on there. So let's just do it again and make sure our card is pushed all the way to the back this time. So I'm making the mistake, you don't have to. So keep the cardstock and make sure when you push it along that it's pushed back here as well. Pattern it right back, keep your fingers on it if you have to, and press. Right back. I think it must have slipped forward. Just right back. Push it all the way in. Now we've got it. Now we've got it. Beautiful. Let's just get rid of these bits. I'm just going to take my snips and I'm just going to discard that last little nugget there and this one off this end. Look at that now. Isn't that pretty? Now we can attach this to the back of our card, just like that, and we've got that beautiful fancy edge. So when we come to decorate now, we can fetch the paper down to there. Absolutely love it. Where there's a will, there's a way. Never give up, just keep trying. I thought I was going to have to go and not come back till another day, but my battery was charged, so extra bonus. Just peel, squash this down. Let's get a piece peeled off. Pull it to one side, and then we can line this up. Just make sure, yeah, this is at the top. Line that up, right up there. Making sure it's right into place. And we can then burnish this down. And now we can attach this into our book. And there's another page done. Isn't it exciting? I love it. Oh, I love working on albums. So again, there's my pokey tool. Grab the tape, pull so far. You have to open it up. Don't do it like this, otherwise you'll close it down on itself. Line that up, making sure it's lovely and straight at the top. Nice and straight at the bottom. And press that down. So we've got we've got the front cover, page 1, 2, 3 and 4 now. Just going to give that a burnish. You know, when we had our DSP, we come all the way up to here, and these get hidden, so you don't see them. Now we've got extra fanciness on our way to go. So let's grab the album back, the one that's done, and give it a looking at. Let's see where we're up to now. So, yeah. That was that piece. Ah, this piece. This is what we've just done. So we've got these two waterfalls. We've got the magnet in, and we've got this page now. We've now got a frilly border. So, and we can add tuck spots and that later. You can add strips down the side. I've got these tassels on. So now the pieces of paper that we wanted for before, and now we've got to work with those now, because we're just gonna make this piece, which I've added magnet, 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 and this as a magnet as well. I don't know if I'm going to be adding that many magnets this time, but I may add one in there to keep that closed, and then this one on there to keep that closed. I don't think it needed a magnet on every single page. Isn't that beautiful though? So this is the bit we're up to, and then this side we left blank. You could always add 2 of these. It's entirely up to you. And then we've got a plain one at the back. Then we move over to our little waterfall. And we got that pockets, and then that's it. Then we can go away and have a rest. Oh, that coffee's divine. So I've got to cut now a couple more pages because I used them. So these are 5 3/4. I've got to have it this in the 12 by 12 because it's 5 3/4 by 8 3/4. And I'm only losing that little strip there, so. And the other bits we'll use them on the waterfall card. We're going to do some more of the borders as well. So 8 3/4. 8 3/4. Perfect. Oh, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. So, these pieces, we want to attach that. Is it to there? Or is it to there? No, it's like that, isn't it, I think. Yes, is it that way? 1 2 3 4. Just looking how this opens in my book. I've got a doolally I have. So that's got to go on the side. That needs to fold that way. Yeah, they need to fold the opposite way than what they were. That'll get attached to there. And then this all folds out. Why is that like that? I can't remember. One. Folded that way. Sorry, bear with me, I've only ever made one like this before. There we go. We can rectify it anyway, so. Finished now. That's right, so that opens like that now, and then this will get attached inside. Let's just give these a good burnish. That's now going to get attached, and that is our concertina card, and it will open up like that. So page, that's going to go in there. I'm not sure if it's the same width. No, just leave a little 1/8 of an inch border all the way round. either end, should I say. Attach. And attach. Yeah, that's better now. That's how our page opens up. And, excuse me, another long strip there somewhere. I've got my scraps bag. And a nice long strip. There's two nice little ones. Perfect. Oh, it's four there, so I don't need all them, but I added that there and just folded this over, making sure it's straight would help. And I'm just going to knit that off. Keeping that nice and straight. So I think a magnet needs to be there and there. I wonder if that will hold there, because the bottom page is going to get glued down. I think that's why I added a magnet on all of them. Let me just glue this in. I would like it to be able to keep it open. I know what we can use. Oh my gosh. Watch now. So I'm going to keep this roughly in the centre. Perfect. Why am I adding that then? Let me get it out quick. Yes, let's get that out. We don't need that now because I've just decided on something else. Just let that dry for a minute. Just this is going to work. Not long enough to tie a bow now. Let's have a look. This one is. Because I'm going to glue the back page down, I'm going to add this ribbon so it can be untied instead of using all those magnets. And that will keep the pages closed because I'm going to glue this back page down. Get your ribbon where you want it. I should have done this with the other one. It would look so much nicer as well. And I've saved on all those magnets now. Look at that. It's nice and flat and it looks beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Why didn't I think of that earlier? All them magnets I wasted. So let's have a look at the back. We've got that bit now. I'm going to close that up. And on the back page is going to be plain. So we're going to add some DSP and then we're going to show you how to make those corners. Or we could do another one of them and have it on this side as well. So you've got two. Or I add it here and then close the page that way. And then when you open it, you've got one that side as well. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I'm going to get some more of that ribbon. So just give me 2 seconds. Fingers crossed I've got enough. And I certainly have. Beautiful. And it goes with the, I think it goes with the designer series paper. So that's going on there, that's going on there. Where's that? Which I've just done it now and I've forgotten. So that. Or is it like that? Like that. I've got it like a sieve. I've literally just done it and now I can't remember. Or was it like that? I can't remember. I'm just going to attach it like that. We can always burnish it if it's wrong. Oh, I should have left the tape on. There we go. Right, let's see if that comes. Yay, that's it. Easy peasy. So I'll pull a bit of tape out. See, you can do anything you want to these. Leave a tiny little gap. Making sure that's all lined up beautifully. Perfection. Put our ribbon under. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving it. So we've got a double one of these now, extra mats. And you can add, you won't use as much DSP now because you'll use these for one on the cover and then the others inside will have white photo mats, and then you won't use as much DSP. And you can even use them as journaling cards. I will sort the ribbon out later to cut it to the right length once we've done all the decorating. Oh, it's crisscrossed, but it doesn't matter, no one's going to see it. It's thin enough. It's roughly in the centre. Lay that flat. That's perfect. Just give that a burnish. You probably fold them in there. So we've got one either side, and it doesn't matter which way you add it to your book now. I'll just pop the lid on. Open this out. Look at that beautiful flap. Pull this back. I'm just going to lay this right on top. And rub that down. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. Now look, we can open these and we can open up the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and this page as well. Absolutely stunning. And the same on the other side. Why didn't I think about that before adding this? All those magnets. We will tidy up the ribbon and everything when we come to decorate. You can add a magnet on there if you want. Don't think it needs it. Mind you, what do you reckon? Didn't on the other one. Seems a bit springy. because we just saved loads of magnets on there, I am going to use 2. Oh. And then I'm going to leave, I'm just going to look at the back page then. We have got an extra page in this, don't forget, as well, because I added 6 and there's 5 in the other one. Glue dots. Oops. If you could see my desk now, you'd be like, oh my gosh, and I've got OCD, so yeah. And that's if you're still with me at the end. So let's peel back the first one. I don't want to come too close to the front. Perfect. Peel off the backing. And just fold that over. There we go, that's left that perfect now. So grab some of that wide tape. We're rocking and rolling now, girls. Beautiful. We'll pull the tape off when we add the designer series paper later. Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Pages are looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 2 more to add, even though there is only, that is just gorgeous. I'm loving that now. So what we're going to do is, on this one I add the waterfall element with all the pieces of card that I had left over. Remember? All the ones that were roughly the same size. Not to worry, because I've got paper everywhere. We want them different sizes because we're going to stagger them. So with this page, that's going to go in there. It's just going to be a plain one, this one, and it's going to have pockets on the back. So I'm going to add this now. Just want to make sure it's all lined up at the top and bottom. Perfect. Give that a shifty. Because we can add DSP, see, all the way down here and cover these. You won't even see these seams. Perfect. I've got an extra page. Ooh, so we're going to have a play with that. Right. The waterfall element, which is going on this page. So what I want is, I'm going to add ribbon as well again. I'm going to score that half inch, making sure they're all the same length. So it doesn't matter if they're shorter than each other, just need them all to be the same width, because I can trim them down slightly longer. Let me just see how wide these are. These are 5.5, so let's get some scoring then. So 1/2 inch. These two are roughly the same. I'm just going to add 4, I think. So this needs to be 5.5. And score this at 1/2 inch. This is significantly, oops, no, nearly cut it then. Nearly cut it then, girls. Whoa. So that is slightly small. I'm just going to take a smidge off this one. So what was that? 3 3/4. I'm going to take it down to 3.5. because you want them all staggered a different height anyway. Let's see where this stands now in there. There we go. We've got a 1/2 inch gap. Bang, bang, bang. Well, a 1/4 inch gap in between each one. Perfect. Don't need those anymore. Not for a minute. I think that might be a bit small. But even if we just put journaling cards on these, they will still look really pretty. And maybe even small Polaroid pictures on there. So again, I'm going to come this side, add one. Like I had it before, the other one was, they weren't smaller underneath until they spread the page. Smaller. And I had it going down that way, if you remember, so you could flick it upwards. There's a little magnet closure. Just fingers crossed we might be able to get a ribbon on this one as well. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to add them to a piece of card. That way I can glue it down. It's 5.5. I'm going to attach them to this. Then I can put a ribbon underneath, and we will save on magnets again. Let's just get a card. Stand this up. Do 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 do. You still with me, girls? Or if you fell asleep? I could sit and watch people make albums for hours on end. I love it. In fact, I've done it for days on end before now. It just fascinates me. Some people are mega talented. And then you get the average ones like me. I don't mind. But you get some people that are absolutely mega talented when it comes to album making. And I've watched a fair few. You pick up little hints and tips on the way. Perfect. My shoulder is so stiff. Oh. So, longest piece first. Oh, I've done it again. I'm going to take that all off. So just get that right on the edge. Perfect. Now this is going to be easier this time. Get your peeling back. And then you're going to line this up with the bottom of that one. And just push that down. This is just to hold him in place so I can tie a ribbon underneath. I've done it again, taking it all off. And you've got enough space for this one now. And line it up. Perfect. Just check that they're all in sync. Oh, that seems to be off. How's that? Just a fraction on one tiny little piece. Oh, it's the actual bottom card actually. I'm just going to fold that back and I'm going to trim that little piece. It's my fault it didn't get it level at the top. You can always rectify these things. It seems to be off. Oh no, it's nice back in focus now. So, burnish. burnish, burnish, and burnish. Why is that? I've put one in the wrong. Oh, look what I've done. That's exactly the same. That's too long. I put them in the wrong order. Doesn't matter. It adds interest. So have I added that page? I've added that page. This is going to get adhered in here. But first, I'm going to grab some ribbon. Oh, that looks silly. Oh, I don't care. I'm not, you know, everyone's unique, and I'm unique. Or Monique. A bit more of that beautiful ribbon. This is probably the last piece now. I don't think there's much left. I can straighten that later. Or what about this? No, it's the same piece. It's only that bit that needs to get glued down now. In there. Mind you, it's going to look a bit too much like that, isn't it? I'm going to scrap that for now. I got the wrong pieces. So we're going to add another photo mat here. We're just going to add some, maybe a pocket on here. So we'll leave this blank. Turn this one over. Let's just have a look what we've got now. This is for more pockets that layer on top of pockets. And we're just on our last sheet. So we're going to cut one more. May add and just a pullover as well on that one with the leftover card. So I'll have 2 of these, 5 3/4. We'll have one that comes from the bottom instead, and a little magnet with a fancy frill. Eight and 3/4. Whoops, need to score at 1/2 inch on one. Because that's our page. I'm going to burnish this now. We're going to add that onto this one now as a pull down, and then we're going to do, we'll have a different type of border on this one. We'll have this one. Oh, I know what's going to happen. This just cuts it out. It does. But we can use this on one of our pockets. I used some of this before on one of my pockets as well. Oh, stiff. Look, see. There we go. So I'm going to keep that because I can use that on one of the other pockets like I did on the other one. And I'm going to go back to this one. Just going to give that little slither down because I want it to be straight. So this is raw. It's just like me doing it all in front of you. Everything is totally different, but the same, if you know what I mean. I just wanted to add a little bit of extra elements, which I think is what we're doing. We're getting there. I need to pack up in a moment because I am in agony. Absolute agony. So, push that in. There's a little silver line there, and that should be the start of your pattern. This one works a lot better. Look, it's chopping it off again. How's... I am getting quite fed up with this now. There'll be nothing left of this page in a moment. But I want that fancy frill, so I'm going to persevere. Some people do it upside down, don't they, I believe. I don't think I'm that good. Ooh, I did it. Yay. My scissors are sticky. There we go. Dana's going to attach that in a minute and put some more magnets on. It was easier to do it like that. I think I shall be doing it that way from now on. So let's get our tape added. I put this in the book. And then I'm going to leave it there for now, girls. I'm going to come back and do the rest at a later date. Like tomorrow sometime, because I'm shattered. And my premiere's about to start, I think. It's about 9 o'clock at night. I've been doing this since 6:30. I think we're on for 3 hours. Oh, I hope not. But there we go. Just get this last one in now, and then we're going to leave it there and call it a day. And then we'll come back and finish off the rest. Because I've bored you enough, I think, now. So let's get this into our page. Get this lined up right across the edge. Just making sure that is all the way down. And all the way to the edge. Perfect. There we go. So this is our other page. I'm going to leave that inside there. We're going to add a magnet tomorrow. We're going to come back and we're going to finish it off. But so far, up to now, I'm getting rather pleased with this one. And then I'm going to add those papers from Graphic 45 for the Imagination collection. Oh, I can't wait. I'm just going to have so much fun. My shoulder is killing me. So, I'm going to leave you. But please do come back and watch the rest tomorrow. I've got bits all over my desk. Well, that's what you get. I'm a crafter. I'm mucky. Isn't that good? So, thumbs up please. Like and share. That would be amazing. And come back and let's finish this off together. Till next time. See you soon. Bye.